great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of invasion. Welcome back to the Immigration Answer Show. It's Saturday, the 11th of November. It's Veterans Day, so thank you to all of our veterans. Thank you to everyone who keeps our country safe. Let me go ahead and drop a link to the waiting room for anyone that wants to ask me a question. I'll be here for an hour or so, depending on how many people we have asking for help. My name is Jim Hacking. I'm an immigration attorney. I practice law throughout the United States out of our offices in St. Louis, San Diego, and Washington, D.C. I'll be here today and tomorrow. Don't know what time we're going to do tomorrow's show. It all depends, again, on softball. So what's going on with you? How are you all doing? It's Saturday, so hopefully everybody's chilling, doing something nice. Ian's watching in San Luis Obispo. I've been there. I stayed there when we saw Dave Matthews a few years back, so that was fun. In Inglewood, I think, is where we saw them. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching. Let us know why you care about immigration, what you're up to, what's going on in your neck of the woods. I hope everybody had a good week. I had a good week, and I'm excited about this week. This week, we're going to get our whole team together. So the American team will assemble in St. Louis, and our overseas team will assemble in Argentina. So that's going to be on Friday. So won't have a show on Friday, I don't think. I'm trying to do 30 shows in November. We'll have to make one up or something, but Friday's going to be too hectic to do a show. But we'll be here tomorrow and all of next week. So looks like there's some people already in the waiting room. Let me share again where the link to the waiting room is, so that if you want to ask me a question for free, you can come on here. You can ask me anything about immigration or about what else is going on. For everybody on Chrome, Android, I'm getting a message from StreamYard, which is what we use to push, that Androids are causing an echo. And I think some people have noticed that on the show this week. It's been a little bit frustrating, but what I'll do is I'll listen to you ask the question, and then I'll put you on mute while I answer. So our friend Aquia Spaces is here. Hello, my friend.
What's good? What's good?
There's that echo. I hear it. So I'm going to, you go ahead. I'll be quiet.
All right. First of all, I want to start out with saying again, I see again today, this morning, waking up, looking at some of your videos, all the effort you be putting into your profession, what you do, and I want to say, it's really cool. I love to see that. All right, so I got 2 or 3 questions. First of all, I want to ask. We talked before, one of the last times we talked about. I believe you were starting up a new monthly payment kind of method with the lawyer, paying for the lawyer system. I want to kind of touch base on that real quick.
So that's perfect timing. We just started it yesterday. So the name of the company is BYD Cash, and BYD Cash helps people finance their immigration cases. So you can finance some or all of it. You can finance the filing fee. You can finance the legal fee, and you can do all of it. And then you have up to 5 years to pay it off. You have to fill out a really short loan application with them. You have to sign a contract with us to get started, and then you do a loan application with them. It's a pretty straightforward process, and then you just make the payments to them over time. And they have this little nice calculator where you can say how much you can afford each month, how long you want to pay, and then that's a good way for some people to get started.
Okay, so I would be basically reaching out to the HIL company, and then go from there to file with the.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So my second question is, considering that time is coming close for me to pay for all that and all that, I'm kind of wondering about languages, and I'm kind of wondering if my fiance would need to learn English or if that's how I guess I don't really know how people are about that in terms of the process.
As far as process at our end or process at the federal government, dealing with the government?
Dealing with the government and acquiring the visa.
So you and we will handle everything almost all ourselves. She'll help provide evidence, and she'll have to go over the forms and make sure she understands them. We have people, we have a ton of native Spanish speakers that can help her go over the forms and make sure everything is accurate. When she has her visa interview, it'll probably be in Spanish, so she doesn't really need to know English until she applies for citizenship, which is way down the line.
Okay. So that's no problem. The last question I got is, I guess I'm a little concerned about um them asking necessarily like how we kind of met, because how we met was when I was hanging out with another one of my friends who used to grow up in her neighborhood, and I was hanging out with him, and he brought his brother over, and we started talking, and he just brought up about her, and then I started looking at her profile photos from my friends showing me, and that all that thing was going down, and then they got us talking together, and I'm kind of no problem. No.
That's a story that we hear very often. You know, as long as I know you've gone down to Ecuador a few times, and or you will have by the time we filed, and that's a perfectly normal way for people to meet these days, and they're used to that. So I don't think you or she needs to worry about that. And most importantly, it's just the truth. So you just stick with the truth, and the truth shall set you free.
Okay. All right. That's all I got today. Again, I love seeing all the things going on. All right. Thank you. Have a good day.
Have a great day, bud. See ya. All right, all right. That was a good way to start the show. Let's see what Mark D has to say. Hi, Mark.
Hey, can you hear me? I can barely hear you, but I had a question. I filed a I-29F back in February, and I got a receipt from the ISCIS, and I'm trying to figure out how to expedite it. It's been 9 months.
Why do you think your case should go ahead of other people's cases?
Because I miss her. I've flown there 3 times already this year, and I'm flying there again in 2 weeks. Is there that much of a backload?
Yes, there is. What country, what visa, what embassy will issue her visa?
I'm in the United States. She's in the Philippines.
Yeah, so you chose someone from the slowest embassy, the slowest moving embassy. It's probably going to be about 2.5 years before she comes to the United States, start to finish.
Oh my God. Yeah, the website says 16 months, but okay. I was just seeing if there is a way to, pay a fee and get expedited case.
I wish there was. There's not right now. They probably need something like that, but really they just need to do their job, and they haven't made it a priority to make these cases move faster. They're just slow, and that embassy in particular is very, very slow.
That's not good news. I lived with her 7 years. I just want to get her to the U.S. and get married.
I understand. One thing you might want to think about is getting married and starting over. I'm not a big fan of fiance visas right now. They just have a lot. I had a guy from Louisiana who had a fiance from the Philippines, and they jerked him around for a year and a half, and then they said, "Oops, sorry, the fiance case expired. You have to start all over." So these days, I'm not a big fan of fiance visas.
So is there a different? So if I go to Philippines, marry her in a couple of weeks, there's a different process I could do?
It's a very similar process. It's not going to be much faster, and you are going to be starting over, but there's less chance of them screwing around with you on the back end that there is with a fiance case. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm just saying it's something you might think about, because right now fiance visas are at the bottom of their list of things that they're processing, and marriage cases are stronger. If there's an age gap, if there's been multiple marriages, if there's anything funky with the case, I would not mess around with the fiance case. I would probably go with a marriage case.
Okay. Thank you for your advice.
See you, Mark. Sorry about that. Boy, I sure hope StreamYard and Google work this echoing thing out. We're going to have to figure this out. That's too much work for me to be bouncing back and forth. Gagan is here. Hello, Gagan.
Hi. First of all, thanks, Jim, for the amazing work that you're doing for the immigration community. Really unique, one of a kind.
My pleasure.
So first question is regarding my situation. Um, so when you file N-400 on a 3-year rule and your I-751 is pending, so where in N-400 or how do you state that your I-751 is pending? Do you attach the receipt notice or you just slip in a handwritten note, or they just automatically pull your information like, oh, he has a I-751 pending, so let's just merge his interview?
That's a good question. There's nothing you have to do, and so Geigen, in the old days, it took them 3, 4, 5 months to approve a 751, if you can believe that. So the idea that it's now going to take 2 or 3 years is just ridiculous. So nobody's really set up. The system's not really set up for the fact that they have these long delays on 751s. So what I always tell people is, if you're going to file for naturalization and your 751 has not yet been adjudicated, you need to be ready for anything. And what I mean by that is, you might get an interview notice for your N400 before you get an interview notice for your 751. You might, filing the N400 might nudge them along to issue you an interview on the 751. You might show up and they say, this is an N400 interview, but I don't have your 751 file. So anything's possible when this gets going. For a while, we were telling people to hold off on filing the N400s, but they're so damn slow now that we're telling people to file it right away. And we've seen all those scenarios that I just mentioned sort of arise.
Gotcha. Thank you. Thank you. Great information. And your office charge, out of curiosity, how much for the filing N400s?
The N400, hold on, I can let you know. Just give me a second. I should know these things. It's going to take me a minute. How am I going to do this? Here we go. Yeah, 4,200.
Okay, good to know. And the second question is for my friend. So he came to the United States in 2015 on a visit visa and then moved to an asylum case, probably a bogus case. And as you know, in those years, they haven't received the interviews yet, but now it's catching up. So he might get the interview next year. And his goal is a little weird, that he just want to stay in the United States for 20, 25 years more and then go back. So if, say, his case gets rejected in the interview, the asylum office, then the question is, are you entitled to all the appeals? We're talking immigration judge, board of appeals, circuit, and Supreme Court, or they may say like at one step, like, no, you're not, you cannot appeal anymore. And what's your relationship with USCIS doing appeals? Do they issue you E80 cards easily, or they try to block that?
Well, is this a real asylum case or a fake asylum case? It sounds like bullshit.
It's a fake asylum case.
So I don't even want to talk about what his rights would be for that. But generally, everybody has the right to appeal. And
Okay.
you can appeal as many as you want, but playing out the string to try to stay, that's what makes life hard for everybody who really wants asylum in the United States. So
Exactly.
so on behalf of me, tell them to fuck off.
Okay. And even if for like genuine cases, the appeal process is how fast? Is as slow as the usual interview?
Yeah, I mean, it depends. I just was reading in the New York Times today, Trump says that if he gets reelected, he's going to deport everybody. So, he's trying to get headlines and stuff. But under the current system, I mean, you're talking probably 3 or 4 years in front of the immigration judge. Then, the Board of Immigration Appeals, probably a year and a half. Then after that, things sort of get tighter. He could appeal to the circuit court, or someone could appeal to the circuit court. But that's going to be another year and a half. But at the point of getting the deportation order, they don't have to wait anymore, and they can execute that deportation order.
Gotcha. Awesome. Thanks, Jim. Thanks for
Bye, Gavin. See you, buddy.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we don't like it when people make it hard for other immigrants by filing bullshit cases. All right, we know Gagan knows that. He's got a good case because he's going to apply for citizenship. Margot is here. Hello, Margot.
Good morning, Jimmy. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I am your follower since long time ago. I have a question for you, Jimmy. I am a U.S. citizen. I did apply for my daughter on 2016. But that time she was almost 21, so she wasn't able to be under 21.
Mhm.
So since 2016 to August 2022, she was under the F1 visa. So we submit his case for a change of status.
She's in the United States.
I'm sorry.
She's inside the United States.
Yes, sir. She
What's her
is.
status?
Well, but when F1 visa is a student visa.
She's on a student visa. Okay, gotcha.
Yes.
Okay, and you
She
said
was-
you filed her her I-130 in 2016. She's unmarried.
Yeah, she's unmarried, single, no kids.
Okay, so right now they're working on cases from January of 2015.
Yeah, no. My question is, last year she submitted her case, change adjusters, because it was already under her frame time, because we are from South America, from Peru. We submit his case for change adjusters on August 2022.
So you're saying just real quick. So you're saying back in August 22, her visa number became current and she started the process.
Yes,
Right.
that's true. Correct.
Okay.
She was studying until July 13 last year, was her last day of her exam. So she submitted her 420, her adjust status. So she decided not to study the next semester. So this year she received her work permit and her travel permit this year on May. So, but on August 14, she received a notification from USCC that she need to prove, because it's looking on the system, that she was out of status since July 13 to July 31st, because her case was she submitted by August 1st. So my question is, she was never notified to that her F1 visa gonna be canceled, because what
did she think was going to happen when she stopped going to class?
No, I'm sorry.
So I just want to get the timing right. What's the receipt date on the 485?
August 1st,
And when did they terminate her CVIS record?
the last day of her classes at the college. That was July 13th.
Did she graduate?
Well, she finished long time ago. She was doing an extra courses because she graduated on 2020, but she was doing an extra. She was doing another associate.
Okay, so but why would she stop going right before she filed for adjustment? She screwed herself by 2 weeks.
I'm sorry.
You have to be in status on the day you file for your green card if you're not an immediate relative. If you're applying under the F1 unmarried daughter of a U.S. citizen, you have to be in status on the day that you apply. But on August 1st, her CVIS record had been terminated, which means that request for evidence that she received in August is well taken. It sounds like they're right that she made a mistake.
Yeah, but the classes for the next semester is, but that time it will start by August 13 and 16. She was still back and forth with the college to check in which other, how it's gonna work, how she will do her new schedule. But she didn't receive any notification that her visa gonna be canceled until she find out that she received the notification.
Okay, so what's the question for me?
So the question is, she has to submit her case to prove everything before December 31st. So the question is, it's not supposed that when we knew that when you stop studying, you have 2 more months, 60 days to stay under status.
No, that's a grace period, but it's not status. This
Okay.
is really bad. If you want to send me the request for evidence that you received, I'll talk to the people here in the office to see if there's something we can do to save her. But I think she's in trouble. This is a big
Okay.
mistake.
Okay. Well, we have a lawyer over here, but we asked her and she told us it's your decision. So because we were thinking that she was on vacation that 2 weeks, you know.
There's no such thing as that.
I'm sorry, sir.
There's no such thing as that. There's no such thing as a vacation. The rules are the rules.
Okay, so I will send you to your email.
Yeah, please email it to us and we'll go from there.
Okay. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, sir.
Bye, Margot. Thank you.
Bye. Have a nice day.
You too. Oh my gosh, so close. So close. I hope there's something we can do for her. That's a big mistake. Big mistake. Let me just put up the email address for people that need it. Oh, sorry. There we go. Turn that one off. Okay. All right. Amir is here. Hello, Amir.
Hello, Jim. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you.
Awesome. So I talked with you a few days ago about my visa delay, which is in administrative processing, and you recommended to file writ of mandamus. So
That
I'm
sounds
coming
like,
with two.
that sounds like something I would say. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm coming back with 2 follow-up questions. I'm just trying to see what is the optimal timing for filing a mandamus. So I've been in administrative processing for 2 months so far. So I'm just wondering if I can, if you would recommend to file writ of mandamus as soon as possible, or I have to wait a little bit further and then file writ of mandamus.
This is for an H-1B or an F-1, some kind of non-immigrant visa, right?
H-1B visa, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's up to you. Whenever you want to. The longer you wait, the more compelling it is. But on employment stuff, they usually don't mess around. They either we'll get a decision pretty quickly if we'll know if they're going to fight us or not. So it's up to you. Whenever you want.
Okay. So another question I have is have you recently had another client with the same situation with H-1B visa delay that they file writ of mandamus in 2 or 3 months after their visa interview, and they receive a satisfactory result?
Yeah, I would say not recently because we haven't done
Mhm.
one of these in a little bit, but we have had good success with them. So I would say probably 6 or 7 last year we did. We just haven't done any recently. No one's asked us to.
Okay, awesome. Thank you very much.
Bye, Amir. See you, buddy.
Bye-bye.
All right, all right. Brooke is here. Hello, Brooke.
Oh my God, hey, can I turn off my camera?
Go ahead.
Thank you. All right. Good morning, Jim. I actually want to ask you a question. So, I filed my paperwork off from January 10th of this year. I have not received any work authorization or anything. I did receive my receipt notice in June 27, 2023. They asked for a request of my medical exams. I submitted that and they received it on August 18 of this year. Typically, they say after 60 days you get back a response. It's in November. And I haven't heard anything. I did give them a call on my 60 days. I gave them a call, and the agent on the phone, she told me that she put in I don't know, she put in some request to say, hey, the 60-day period has run off and you haven't gotten back to this person. But I still haven't heard anything.
When did you enter the United States?
I entered the United States in August 2021.
What kind of a visa?
J1 visa.
Are you subject to Rule 212E?
No, sir.
Okay, and so when were you supposed to leave on your J1 visa?
October 2021.
When did you get married?
August 2022.
So you were out of status at the time that you filed.
When I filed,
Yes.
no, I was in status. I got married August 2022. I did not put my paperwork in until January 2023.
Right, but you were on a J1. You were supposed to have left before then.
Yes.
So you were out of status at the time that you filed for your green card.
Yes.
So people who file out of status for their green cards, they take their work cards take longer. Their whole cases take longer.
Ah. Okay. Okay, I did not know that. Because I had
Sure.
a couple of friends that did the same thing like me, and everyone else got through. I'm like, did I do something wrong?
Probably
Why
not.
isn't anyone telling me if I did something wrong, yes or no?
No, but I mean, how much marriage evidence did you submit? Did you submit a lot?
No. I mean, over the time, like when I just submitted the papers, I only submitted like pictures of my husband and I. Throughout the time, we got like joint accounts. He's in the military, so unlike his life insurance, we have a different insurance together and stuff like that. I'm on his car, so I just uploaded those evidence through the portal, and they only sent me a request for my medical because I do have stuff now because we've been together for over a year. So I do have evidence now, but at the time we didn't have much. We just started off.
So that's another reason why people don't get their work cards quickly. If they don't submit a lot of marital evidence, you don't get your work card quickly. These are all things that slow down cases, being out of status
Mhm.
and filing with thin evidence.
Okay. But if I did something wrong, typically they would reach out to me, wouldn't they?
Well, I wouldn't frame it like that. I don't. It's not whether you did something wrong. It's whether you filed a strong enough case. I think that the fact that they only asked for your medical is a good sign. But you're just chilling. You're okay.
Okay. I just wanted to know.
Yeah, you're all right.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye, Brooke. Good luck. Let us know how it goes. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. All right. That was Brooke. Let's say hi to Ibrahim from Saudi Arabia. Hello, Ibrahim.
Hello, Sir Jim.
Hello, Mr. Ibrahim. Zayed.
Yes. How are you?
I'm good.
Thank you. First thing I want to thank you to what doing for us.
You're welcome.
Okay, I am from Niger. I born in Saudi Arabia with my wife. We live there. So my situation, my wife is a DV winner in 2022, and I am supposed with my son, 6 years old. In May 31, I had a daughter. So our interview in June 6, 2022, we went to interview. The officer request us to ensure the password for the new baby. So unfortunately, our embassy in Niger take long time, over 3 months, to issue the passport. The officer gave us end of the September in 2022. So the embassy couldn't issue the passport until the deadline. So we, in October 21, we had to came to US, and we leave our daughter with her grandmother because we don't want to lose our green card.
Good.
So when we went there, our friend helped us to file I-130 for my daughter. 1 week later, we had to come back to Saudi Arabia to be with our baby.
Did you get a
So
reentry
we are,
permit?
huh?
Did you get a reentry permit?
Yeah. No,
Good.
yeah, we have a green card. We received our green card.
But did you get a reentry permit so you could be out for 2 years?
No, I didn't have a. Just we within 6 months we go and back in
Okay.
US.
Okay.
So we need help in our situation. We can't leave our daughter. It is just 1 year old.
What's up with her I-130?
It is pending.
Okay. And when did you file it?
October 28, 2020, 22.
2022. So you filed as the unmarried daughter of a lawful permanent resident, a minor child, and that
Yeah.
category retrogressed. Right. So so you said 2022, right?
Yeah.
So that's a 3-year wait. So you guys need to get a reentry permit so that you can come back to the United States, apply for a reentry permit, then you can go and stay in Saudi Arabia for 2 years while waiting for your daughter's case to process. Then you can come back and do it again, and then by then hopefully they'll start processing her visa.
So there is no way to come with us, this baby.
No, there's 3 years. There's 3 years ahead of you. 3 years of people ahead of you that are in line ahead of you. So there's no way. There's no lawsuit or anything that we can do to make it go faster.
But about this file, can we help us to make it this what you said now?
The reentry permit. Can we help you with the reentry permits?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do it the next time you come to America. But I'll send me an email and say I'm Ibrahim. I was on the show, and then we'll go from there. Okay, we can help with that for sure.
Yeah. Okay, I will send you.
Okay, great. Thanks, Ibrahim.
Thank you.
Bye, buddy. All right, let's say hi to Phoebe. Hello, Phoebe.
Hi, how are you, Jimmy?
Good.
I was on the show a couple of weeks, no, about a month ago. Can you remember? I lost my husband. You said you didn't have too many of those cases. I got an approval for interview, but I'd lost the husband.
I remember.
Remember now? Yeah. And you said to me I should make sure that I got the death certificate before I went.
That you what?
And, I should get the death certificate. Yes, that it was very, very important. And I'd done the medical, and I'd tried to start to get the death certificate. The issue where I've come back is I got to the county where he died. It's in Texas State, and because I'm in Nigeria, they don't do online stuff. You need to work in, and that might not be a problem. There's a bit of a family issue. I wasn't introduced to the children, so the daughter that raised the death certificate did not include my name. He actually has his status as divorced, in bracket unmarried. The clerk representative that spoke to me said they're not going to be able to release the death certificate to me because if I said I'm a spouse, I mean the status is contrary. What was I supposed to do? And then after asking me what the need for the certificate was, she said I had two options. The first one I knew was impossible. She said if I got USIS to do them a letter, that was impossible. I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but I don't. Then the second option, he said I could get an attorney to do them a letter. I mean, sort of go through the process and request for the change of status of the deceased and back it up with documents to say that we were still married up until the day of just I've got a marriage certificate and, you know, proof of marriage and everything. But my question is, do you advise me to get an attorney, probably you, to
Not me, an attorney in Texas. Yes, I do. I think that
get
clerk.
the certificate out. The interview is on the 29th of November, and they had said we have to upload every document 4 working days before. So, do you suggest I wait?
No, I don't suggest you wait.
And I get on it.
I don't suggest you wait. I suggest you get the lawyer working. You need a lawyer in that county.
Sorry, I lost you for a minute. What did you say?
Wait, I need to put you on mute because when I talk, I get all this feedback. Okay, so you just got to listen.
All right, go on.
You need to hire an attorney in the county where the death occurred, not me. You need to hire a family law attorney to get working on this, and you need to tell them at your interview that you're working on this. They're not going to be able to issue the visa without that death certificate. I wouldn't necessarily bring up to them that there's a fight over whether or not he was married or not at the time of his death. I wouldn't bring that up. I would just say, I'm working on getting the death certificate. I've hired a lawyer in Texas to get that for me. I'm doing my best to get it for you, and as soon as I get it, I will upload it. That's all I think you can do. I think it's not something I can help with because this is a matter of Texas law, not immigration law. You need a lawyer down there where he lived, and you need them to challenge. I think that clerk gave you very good advice, and you should do exactly what that clerk said.
All right. Do you suggest I postpone or reschedule the interview while I do that?
If you can, I would. I think you want to have it all clean and when you go. If you can reschedule it, tell them you need more time to get the death certificate. If you can get a hold of them and do that, yes. But if you don't get a final answer that it's been moved, you should show up and tell them what's going on. Just don't say that the daughter screwed you by saying that you weren't his spouse. Don't do that. Just say you need time to get the death certificate.
All right, that's good enough. I'll
Good
try
luck,
to do
Phoebe.
it. Thank you. Thank you, Jimmy.
See ya.
Bye, cheers.
All right, boy, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. That's a sad case. I feel bad for her. Orlando is here. Hello, Orlando.
Hey Jim, how are you?
Great, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Okay, so my question is, right, I had an interview this Wednesday. Okay, let me backtrack before. We got married in New Jersey, right? But we moved to New York. Right? When we moved to New York, oh hold on, I'm having a feedback here. When we moved to New York, it's like we we filed our application in New Jersey. So we got our interview this Wednesday, past Wednesday, and they changed the interview. They sent the case to New York because we're living in New York. The day after the interview, I came home and my wife moved out. Try calling, try texting, everything, no response, nothing at all. So I'm here awaiting a new interview date for New York, but honestly, I don't know what to do because I have no contact with her, nothing at all.
Okay, so let's back up. So where are you from?
Jamaica.
When did you come to the United States?
Last year.
What kind of a visa did you have?
A visiting visa.
And did you get married in those first 6 months of your arrival?
Yes.
Did you know the person that you married before you came to the United States?
Yes. I met her when I came here in February.
On a different trip?
Yeah.
Okay. And so what was the date that you filed the case?
We filed the case this year, February, 7th of February.
And when you filed, you were living in New Jersey?
Yeah.
And then you and she moved to New York together?
Yes.
Signed a lease, had an apartment?
Yes, sir.
And then you received an interview notice?
Yes, sir.
And was the interview notice for the New Jersey field office or New York field office?
New Jersey.
So did you go to the New Jersey field office on the day of your interview? Did your wife go with you?
Yes, she did.
Did they conduct the interview?
No, they canceled the interview.
And then
the officer transferred the case to New York.
Was there ever a time when you were there at the field office where your wife talked to them without you?
No.
You were always together?
Yeah.
Okay. Did your wife say anything about it being canceled? Did she feel weird or anything?
No, she said she can't do it anymore.
What do you mean she can't do what anymore?
The whole thing. She said she can't bother to run around. She can't bother with me. She just... when we came home, everything was okay when I got home. We got home.
From the canceled interview. Then what? You went to work. Then you went to work the next day.
Yeah, when I came home, and she left.
Have either of you been married before?
No.
Has immigration ever come and tried to scare her?
No.
Up until she moved out, did you think it was a real marriage?
Of course, yes, I thought it was, but I think she was cheating on me, though.
Okay, so what's your question for me?
What can I do now?
Nothing. That case is over. You gotta get divorced, and that case is not going to give you any immigration benefit unless you can work something out with her.
Wow. Even though I've gotten a work permit and all of that, there's nothing I can do.
Doesn't mean anything. It doesn't put you any closer to getting a green card. If the U.S. citizen spouse won't participate in the interview and continuing the process,
Mm-hmm.
then the case is over, and you need to figure out a different way to stay in the United States.
Okay. Wow.
It sucks. It's a kick in the nuts.
Yeah, man.
Sorry, Orlando. Yep, hang in there, man. See ya.
Okay, thank you.
Bye, buddy. Dilshad is here. What do you say, Dilshad? I can't hear you. You're on mute.
Hi, Jim. How are you doing?
I'm great, buddy. How you doing?
I'm good, Harsh. So I am a F1 visa holder. I'm a PhD student here in the United States. I am an Indian national. I came here on August 2021. So I have a TNC from E-Verify, which is...
I don't know what that is.
Okay, so it's like a verification of my work authorization.
Okay.
And like it's like pending. So the first time they checked it was in 2021, and due to COVID and all that stuff, so the Social Security offices were not working full time, so they didn't resolve it at that time, and now they reopened the case. And my question is, so I have plans to travel outside the US next month. So if this doesn't get resolved till my travel date, am I still fine traveling? So my HR told me it's good, but I want to check with you.
So you're on OPT?
No.
What visa are you on?
F1.
And when are you going to graduate? Or when are you going to be done? What?
2026.
2026?
Yeah.
So what's the work that you're doing? You're working for the university?
Yeah.
You're still working towards your degree?
Yeah.
You have proof of that?
Yeah. So yeah, I'll have an I-20 with being signed. So
I think you're fine.
Okay. That's great. That's great to hear.
I mean, always better not to travel, but if you have to travel, I think this is okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye, Dilshad. See you, bud. Devendra is here. Hello, Devendra. You're on mute.
Hi, how are you?
Good, buddy. How you doing?
Good. Quick questions. My I-130 was approved 10 months ago.
Your what was approved? What was approved?
My I-130.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in removal. That's why I didn't. My lawyer didn't submit I-485. Okay. So my interview is in 9 days, and I got everything. Yeah, I got everything, and then it happened fast. In like 5 months, they scheduled me for an interview, and I want to know what to expect for the interview. And second question, I asked my lawyer what document should I bring, because I see if required, bring a 693 for the medical and affidavit of support. I already submit those, but I'm so curious because some people, when they go to the interview, the officer said, "Oh, we cannot find your medical, so we're gonna send an RFE." I'm thinking of bringing a new one of the previous one I submitted, but just seal envelope just in case. What do you think about that?
I'm a fan of that plan. I think that's a good plan. We just had that helpful on Monday. We brought a sealed medical when we weren't sure if we needed it. I think if you can afford it and do it, that's always a good idea. Now, why were you in removal in the first place?
Asylum was referring to the judge, and I-130 file approved, and then judge terminate case.
Yep. Is your spouse coming with you to the interview?
Yeah, she was there in the first one, and she's coming for the second one.
Oh, so you had an interview on the I-130?
Yeah.
Okay. What field office?
Hartford, Connecticut.
So I think you have to be ready for anything. I think I would bring some updated marital evidence. I would bring my spouse. I would make sure that my spouse understands the basis of my asylum claim. I'd be ready to talk about my asylum claim. And then I'd be ready to talk about all the questions on the 485. So if there's any issues that you think might make you inadmissible, that's what I would focus on for the interview, because those are things that might come up.
Yeah, I have, my dad was in the army, and I-485, they ask if you are a son or daughter of someone that was in the army or that was working for the government? I said yes, and then I think I have like 5 questions on that 485. That said inadmissibility. Yes, answer yes, but that's my only concern there. Do you think that yes question my lawyer put yes for me, that might affect the case?
No, I think you'd be okay. I mean, were you ever in the military yourself?
No.
Um,
Yeah, it's my dad that was in the military.
Yeah, I think that'll be okay. They might talk to you about it. What country was it?
Haiti.
Yeah, I think you'll be okay.
Okay, and then you said they might talk to me about my asylum case. What if I don't feel like talking about it because they killed my dad and that's so sad to talk about it? Is that they're gonna hold that against me if I don't want to talk
No,
about
I'm
it?
just saying that I'm sorry about your father. They would I think that they would just ask you some general questions about it. That they just want to make sure that it wasn't a fake asylum case, and I think that you'll be fine.
Oh, okay. All right, that's all I have. So you think bring the new medical if
I would. Yeah, if you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
Good
That's all I
luck.
have.
Let us
Thank
know
you.
how it goes, okay?
Yeah.
Bye, buddy. I think old Devendre's on his way. Let's say hi to Liz. Hello, Liz.
Hi, Jimmy. Good morning.
How you doing?
How are you? Good, thank you. So Jimmy, I have a question regarding the I-7051, which is
Okay.
the removal of conditions.
Yep.
I've been married for almost 4 years, and 3 months before my temporary green card expired, I filed jointly the I-751. But they are taking such long time now processing those that at sometimes I worry if my marriage is going to be if I'm going to continue to be married until they approve. So I've been thinking that in a worst case scenario, if I have to divorce, then I would ask for them to switch my application to a waiver.
Mhm.
And I think I have enough evidence, a lot of financial evidence, which I submitted already. But one thing that worries me, and this is my question, is that everywhere I read, they put they mention that you need affidavit, and our families, both our families, live abroad. And we are very like private people. We don't really have like close friends. Maybe one that could write us an affidavit. But how important are affidavits for to ensure like that the application will be approved?
So, a couple of things. Number one, most people who are in legitimate relationships shouldn't feel held hostage by their marriage. So, converting it or refiling it as a solo, which is what we like to refile. We don't like to ask them to change it to the waiver because it's just messy and it's cleaner to file a new one without the spouse. I would say that it would depend on the overall evidence. I mean, we certainly have 751s that get approved without affidavits, but whenever we do one without the spouse, then we definitely need affidavits. I don't know that anybody really buys the "we're private people, nobody really knows us" argument. They don't buy that argument. That's something that people who don't have strong marriages, or that's just something that they're not going to buy. So you're gonna have to
Okay.
you have
Yeah.
to come up with something other than
Yeah. I mean, the staff from the building see us every day. That's what I've been thinking. Like, I mean, the doorman sees us every day. These people like
Yeah.
that would work, right?
Sure. Yeah, that's good evidence.
Okay.
Yeah. My wife
Okay.
once had a guy who said, "I lived in Kansas for 3 months in this hotel, and the lady there at the hotel knew us, and my wife made him go there, find the lady, and get her to do an affidavit, and it worked." So yeah, those are good because
Okay.
those
So
are
it
neutral
doesn't.
people. Those are better than like, "This is my daughter, and I know she's really married." Those aren't nearly as good. I'd rather have the doorman than the mother.
Oh, perfect, perfect. Okay, so yeah, I was worried about that. Okay, yeah, yeah, because I mean, well, also like I don't have kids. Like I think that kids are very strong evidence, but I do
That's not
have,
good.
I do have like a property that we bought together, been living together for 6 years. So yeah, so then
Yeah,
I feel more
I think it
reassured.
sounds like a strong case, and don't feel trapped.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Yumi. Thank you for taking our question.
Bye, Liz. See ya.
Bye.
All right. Dr. Muhammad is here. What do you say, Dr. Muhammad? You're on mute. You're on mute, bud. Mute.
Oh, here we go. Sorry about that. Hey, Jim, how are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I am fantastic. Thanks for all your help. Whatever you did, you remember me maybe. My case got approved. 751 waiver.
Nice. Oh yeah, I remember.
Yep. So actually, my question is just wanted to thank you, and I have a question about citizenship and 400.
Okay.
So I was wondering, when you apply for that, do they bring up this stuff, like whatever happened, like in 751? Do they bring up?
Sure. I mean, my old saying is, I don't say it to freak people out, but it's just the truth that your N-400 is their last chance to deport you. So, once they make you a citizen, it's pretty hard to take that away. So a lot of times, like I was just looking at a N-400 denial yesterday that went all the way back to when the guy came on a diversity visa. So anything is fair game when you apply for citizenship.
Got it. But I mean, if they approved, I mean, that was legitimate. There was everything, whatever they asked for 751 already. I mean,
yeah, you should be fine. Yeah, and in fact, I think the Biden team is talking about adopting a new rule that says that for most cases, if they've already decided an issue, then they're just going to stick with that. They're not going to go back and revisit those issues. They always can, but they're going to do a lot less of that. So I don't think you need to worry about it.
Perfect. That one question. Sorry. So the second question is, when you apply for citizenship, and if you want to travel to your home country, how bad, or how what do you advise for that?
After applying for citizenship, like traveling during that time before your interview?
Yes.
I would say to go as soon as possible after you apply, or apply after you get back. You just don't want to have a big gap there. You don't want to be stuck outside the United States when they have an interview scheduled for you. So I would say make it a quick trip and either do it right after you apply, or go on the trip and then apply when you get back.
Got it. And do we have still we have a time frame of that 6 months? We cannot stay outside.
Yep. You're still a green card holder. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So your advice is to apply and go and come back as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And also, yeah. So the next step will be like an interview, correct?
Or biometrics.
Biometrics.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of times those are waived. So usually biometrics, then the interview.
Got it. Okay. I mean, maybe I will need your help. I will contact you.
Yeah, that'd be great. When are you eligible?
I think end of this month.
Okay, great. Thanks, Mohammed.
One more question. Sorry.
You're fine.
Actually, do you have any idea how backlog is this? Because my mom we apply for her green card. Everything is already done, but she's not getting interview.
Who applied for her?
My brother, actually. He's a citizen. So
she's in Pakistan?
Yes.
When was she documentarily qualified?
Almost like 5 months ago.
Yeah, I mean, you can look in the comments. I think it's more like 9 or 10 before they get the interview.
Wow, that's a backlog, a lot.
Yeah, she's pretty close though.
But we cannot do anything to expedite it?
No.
Perfect. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate it.
Bye, Mohammed. See you, buddy.
Bye.
Yeah, later. All right. That's our old client, Mohammed. We helped him get his 751 solo approved. Yassine is here. Hello, Yassine.
Hey, Jim. Thank you for the show. I just have one quick question. In the I-48, my I-94 is expired, right?
Okay.
In the I-485 form, there is a question that says, "Have you ever violated the terms and conditions of your non-immigrant visa?" Should we put yes or no?
What kind of a visa was it? A visit visa?
A K1 visa.
A what? K1?
Yeah, a K1 visa, fiance visa.
And you're past the 90 days. You haven't filed yet for adjustment.
Yeah, we are filing for the second one, for
The
the
second.
second time.
What do you
For
mean?
the second time.
Oh, because you screwed that
Our,
one up. Because you screwed that one up.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
My I-94 is expired.
I'd probably. I'd probably say yes. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yes?
Yeah, I would say yes.
Hmm. Okay, thank you so much, Jimmy.
Bye,
Bye.
Yassine. See you, buddy. Yep. Shashan is here. Hello, Shashan.
Hey, Jimmy.
How you doing?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
Great, thank you.
Actually, I have a quick question. I came to United States on F2 visa, F2 dependent visa last year, and we got divorced here. And I just want to get married to a U.S. citizen. She's my girlfriend. So, and I'm not sure because it's I-130 that I have to file, but she don't have that much financial like status or something, financial documentation. So if we want like start a joint sponsor, is that okay, or it is gonna affect my case?
Why did you get divorced?
Because she was cheating on me. My F1, I came here, I saw each and everything, and it was ended up in a divorce.
Wait, were you on the F1 or was she on the F1?
No, she was on the F1. I came here on F2.
And you have proof that she cheated on you?
Yeah. So we got divorced here.
Is she marrying a U.S. citizen too?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
So I think you probably want to get a lawyer's help with this. This is messy. They're not going to like your case. They're going to think you just came here to get married to a U.S. citizen. But in answer to your question, you're still going to need tax returns for your spouse for the last 3 years. You're going to need proof of income for the last 3 years, and then you're going to need a co-sponsor.
Okay. And so, but with my girlfriend, I got like evidence. I got chats, photographs, each and everything. So can we start, or can I get married with her, or it's gonna be messy?
Well, I mean, is it a real marriage, a real relationship?
Yeah.
Is it just to get an immigration benefit, or is it because you're in love and want to stay together?
Yeah. We are staying together. I'm staying with my girlfriend.
But are you in love, is what I said.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So why wouldn't you file? Why are you asking me? I don't know. I mean, if it's a real marriage, it's a messy case. I think it's approvable, but you're going to have to convince them that you didn't just do this to get a green card. They're going to think it's fishy. What country are you from?
I'm from India.
And is your person that you're marrying, are they of Indian descent?
Yep.
They're an Indian person too?
Yeah.
And did you meet this person after your wife cheated on you?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Okay. So what question you got for me?
The main question is if I want to get married maybe next month, and do I have to wait to collect each and every document for my case to make it better, or I just after getting married next month, so I just have to apply?
Well, the more evidence you have, the longer you're together, the stronger the case. So when was the divorce final?
My divorce, it was
Yeah.
two months before.
Yeah. So I would slow that shit down.
Okay, so I have to wait.
I'm not saying you have to wait. I mean, you're out of status. So there's an argument to get all the evidence you can together now, file for, you're going to file the I-130, the 485, the 765, the 131, all those things.
Mm-hmm.
And Pineapple Lemon asked a good question. Like, if your divorce was only final 2 months ago, that means that you were quote unquote dating your girlfriend while you were still legally married. So they're not going to like that either. So this is a messy case. I don't think you should do this by yourself.
And how much if you can handle my case? How much the charges is gonna be for everything?
So our legal fee is $5,700, and then you're going to have to pay $535 for the I-130 and $1,225 for the green card. So right around, I don't know, $7,500 or so.
All right. So if gonna start with you, is that okay? So like
Yeah.
everything, if you guys can handle each and everything.
Yeah. Just you want to email me and we can talk about it.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate that.
Okay. Bye, Shishan. See you, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. That'll do it for today's show. We went the full hour. Pineapple Lemon says he's going to have to convince the team this is not a scheme. I think that's right. I was pushing back a little bit. He did all right, though. He hung in there. I think he's doing all right. Otherwise, I wouldn't take the case, but he seems like a nice fellow. I think he just doesn't know things. He doesn't know how the process works. And it sounds like his wife did him wrong. So if he's got proof of that, I think he's okay. This was fun. Good to see everybody. I hope everyone has a great Saturday. It looks beautiful here. It's just cold in St. Louis. And then we'll be doing a show tomorrow. I'll know probably late tonight when Nora's playing tomorrow, and that'll be her last softball of the year. So that'll be sort of sad. All right. Thank you, Munir. Thank you, everybody else, for the comments. There's Oladipo. Hey, Oladipo. How you doing, buddy? All right. I was thinking one thing. That one person said their I-130 got approved and their 45 got scheduled in 5 months after they got out of removal. If Shabazz is watching, I think he'll be happy because that's what Shabazz is always asking about, because he was in removal and his I-130 was approved and his 45 is on file. Yeah, Tottenham lost. Tough loss. They were up 1-0. They gave up 2 in the extra. So my son's very upset. Jets play tomorrow night against the Raiders in Vegas. Next show tomorrow, Pineapple. I don't know what time. Get on that text line. I know you're on there. Text the word show to 314-470-3300. Also, everybody, if you could do me a favor, if you're not a subscriber to the channel, and I know the people that call me Jimmy probably aren't subscribers, go ahead and subscribe. Our subscriber numbers have been dropping a little bit. We're down under 1,000 a month. Usually we're getting about 1,000 a month. We're down about 980. So if you guys want to subscribe to the channel, then you'll get an update whenever I go live. Thank you so much and have a good night. Bye, everybody.